So I want to start today with something that gives me great pleasure. It's video of our friend Congressman Jamie Raskin, who appeared on this program not long ago and who I think is doing an excellent job, basically making a fool out of Republican Congressman Thomas Massie because Massie sees conspiracies everywhere. Now, in particular, in this clip, it's all about Ray Epps. Now, if you haven't heard about Ray Epps, I'm going to tell you about him in a moment, but it's important that you know before we look at the clip, there are some on the right who believe that an individual named Ray Epps, who appeared in Washington, D.C. on January 5th in some videos, is either an agent or an asset or an informant of the FBI who essentially encouraged Trumpists to do what they did on January 6th, and that the entire thing was staged / encouraged by the FBI. There is no evidence for this whatsoever. Republicans, some are obsessed with it. And Jamie Raskin in this clip rightly points out to Massie, why is everything a conspiracy to you? And take a look at the first few seconds alone are extremely informative.
Mr. Epps was in front of the January 6th committee, and we were told that a transcript of his interview would be released, but it's never been released. And I wondered, was he sworn
None
in?
of the transcripts have been released, so you don't need a conspiracy theory about that. We haven't released any of them.
Were you present?
So this is such, it's just the beginning of this clip, but it's so important. A lot of these right-wingers love to say, hey, but what about this? This is suspicious. And oftentimes the this is just the way things are done. And so in this case, Massie says, you haven't released the transcript from when we spoke to Ray Epps. And Jamie Raskin says, we've done 1,000 interviews. We haven't released any transcripts. There's nothing special about Ray Epps. It's sort of like when Republicans claim voter fraud and you say, okay, well, what is the basis for that claim? And they say, well, the pictures of every scanned ballot haven't been released to us. That's never done in any state, even states where the margin of victory is massive. That's not something that's a red flag. Okay, let's continue.
When he was interviewed? That'll give me...
No, I was not. We've done more than 1,000 interviews. You guys are trying to make this poor schmuck who showed up to your protest into something a lot bigger than he is. Okay, he's just trying to survive, and he's on your side. You don't have many voters left. You might want to try to hang on to them without demonizing and vilifying your own people.
Isn't that great?
That's the Donald Trump way. Sell everybody else down the road. Unless you're going to get a pardon. Some people are still hanging around waiting for their pardon. But most people have opened their eyes about what he's done to our country. What he's done to his family. Have you guys ever read the book by Mary Trump about the way that Donald Trump has absolutely destroyed their family, wrecked her father's life? They do it to family, they do it to friends, they do it to their own associates and employees. And now you guys are doing it to this poor Ray Epps. Leave that guy alone, whoever he is.
So very nicely done by Jamie Raskin, and they love to see conspiracies everywhere, even when there are none. There's a really good factcheck.org article about the entire Ray Epps thing. The quick take is Ray Epps was at the Capitol, but there is no evidence he was an FBI plant. There is evidence that Epps once held a leadership role in the Oath Keepers, some of whose members have been charged in the attack. Ray Epps is a 60-year-old. He owns a wedding venue in Phoenix, Arizona. The FBI put a picture of him on a list of people they were seeking information about. And the conspiracy theories about Ray Epps include he just doesn't really seem like a random insurrectionist. He seems more like law enforcement. The other circumstantial claim that's made by some Trumpists is he was on a list of people the FBI wanted to talk to, and suddenly he was off the list. Well, maybe it's because the FBI found him and talked to him. Everything is a conspiracy with these people, and they should be ridiculed the way that Jamie Raskin did. I saw a funny comment on Twitter that Thomas Massie really has Milton from Office Space vibes. You know, the guy who, where is my stapler? But that's my favorite stapler. It is very accurate. There is that exact vibe to Thomas Massie, and Ray Epps. Raskin calls him a poor schmuck. Maybe I wouldn't go that far, but he's certainly a right winger. and he was certainly in Washington, D.C. on January 5th, 6th, and he certainly is not an FBI plant. One of our longtime sponsors is Monk Pack, offering low-sugar, plant-based, keto-friendly bars. I love these. They are the perfect snack for anyone trying to eat better or cutting back on sugar and carbs without sacrificing taste. Monk Pack offers granola bars and nut and seed bars, each with only 1 gram of sugar or less, 2 to 3 net carbs, and 150 calories or less. I'm a big fan of the macadamia white chocolate nut and seed bar. Great combination of sweet, salty, chewy, and crunchy. And there's under 1 gram of sugar. They come in other awesome flavors like sea salt dark chocolate, coconut cocoa chip, and caramel sea salt. Monk Pack is great if you're doing keto. I don't do keto, but Monk Pack is just great for anyone who wants something delicious on the go without the sugar. And my audience gets 20% off your first order at monkpack.com when you use the coupon code PACMAN at checkout. The link is down below.